Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to share some spring and Easter DIYs, and I'm going to take this first one. I printed out this pretty handwritten from Graphics Fairy. It's a free download. I will link it in my description box below. Alright, so I'm going to take the back from the Dollar Tree frame, and I'm going to take some poster board and apply it to the back because I didn't want to paint those letters. It would take like 3 or 4 coats to cover it. I'm just going to place it on the poster board, trace it, and then cut it. So I'm going to use the glue stick to apply the poster board to the back of the frame. To make the paper appear vintage, I did add a little bit of coffee to it. So I'm going to use this glue stick to apply this paper down on the board as well. Even though it's crinkly, it will hold very well. I don't need to use Mod Podge or anything like that. I didn't want to take a chance of it bleeding through, so I'm just going to use the glue stick and just trim it down. Although it doesn't fit, I'm just going to place it down and get a portion of the writing on the back of the board, enough where it looks decent. So I'm just going to trim it down a bit. So I'm going to take these Dollar Tree poster stickers and I'm just going to cut out the butterfly pieces because I don't need to use the wording. I got this last year, I believe. I haven't seen it this year. I thought the combination looks really pretty. So I'm placing down the larger butterfly first, and then I'm going to cut out the other two. Look how nice it looks. Now I'm placing down the little tiny one, and that's it. And then I'm going to place it back into the frame. I think this came out so pretty. You can take any type of Dollar Tree stickers and place it on top of words or pictures or images and throw it in a frame. And what do you think the stores do? They charge you an arm and a leg for simple stuff like this. And this is how it came out. Okay, DIY number 2, I took this Dollar Tree pink plastic rabbit and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. So I said, why not make it look like a real chocolate bunny? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start painting it with the truffle paint, but I'm also going to add a little bit of white in there because I want it a little bit lighter than the truffle color. To cover the pink color, I applied 3 coats. Okay, so they're dry now. I'm just going to snap them back together. So I'm going to be using this French chalk paint to paint the middle part of the rabbit. Okay, I also added a coat of Mod Podge. Now I'm going to take these little eyes that I got from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to glue them to the little rabbit. I did put in pink, but in the end I changed it to the blue because I thought the blue looked more realistic. So now I'm going to create a little bow around his neck. I'm going to use this Hobby Lobby ribbon and just hot glue it around and then create a little bow in front. So I created just a simple little bow and I'm just going to hot glue it in front. So instead of painting his ears pink, I'm taking a little bit of this pink shadow and just going to place a little bit on his ears and a little bit on his nose. I'm using this white marker just to highlight his little whiskers. Isn't he adorable? I'm taking this Dollar Tree carrot. I kind of changed it up at the end, added a little more greenery. I'm gonna hot glue it right on top, like he's holding the carrot. I think it's perfect. I think this came out so amazing, so realistic, and it looks like a real chocolate bunny. This DIY number 3, I took these little cute stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby and this Dollar Tree frame and this Dollar Tree flat canvas. First thing I'm going to do is remove the backing from the frame. So now I'm deciding which part of the stickers do I want to apply on the little canvas, and then I'm going to start just adding the stickers to the canvas, not adding any glue or anything like that because they're pretty sticky. This is something you can do. It's really quick and easy, and it comes out really cute. Now I'm just going to place it in the back of the frame, close it up, and that is it. This came out really pretty. DIY number 4, I grabbed a bunch of yarn from Dollar Tree and these little rabbit eggs from Dollar Tree as well. We're going to make some yarn rabbit eggs. So I'm going to start off by placing some glue at the bottom of the egg and start placing down the yarn. It's easier this way to start it off. So you can see that I'm placing a little bit of glue as I go around. Slippery, it does make it a little more difficult, and then as you go higher up it gets a little bit harder. So now I'm going to work my way around the ears. I'm just going to go around one side to the other, but normally you should just go around one ear at a time, but I was kind of getting frustrated. So now I'm almost finished. I'm just going to cover the last part of the ear. I'm actually going to do the rest off camera. I'm going to be using this automotive white fabric to create a little bunny tail because they're all going to get little bunny tails. So there's like a little bump in the back where the bunny tail goes. So I decided to add a few little bows to the front of them, even though you probably won't be able to see it, but I just wanted to finish it off that way. And this is how they turned out. right, DIY number 5. I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree little wood house and this ivory paint. I will be applying 2 coats. For the trim of the house, I'm going to be using this baby pink paint. To place down the little rabbit image, I'm going to be using the Mod Podge, and I just Googled free printables and printed out this little rabbit. I'm actually going to Mod Podge the whole entire little house because I'm going to be using some vinyl words that I created on my Cricut. It says, "No bunny home." I thought it was really cute. Now I'm going to be placing the vinyl words, and it's so cute. Now I'm just making sure it's lined up, and it's kind of, I thought I had it lined up perfectly, but you know, sometimes it's really hard to get it straight. It's kind of like a little bit slanted. I did add a bow off camera and just a little bit of the black paint around the trim of it. And this is how it came out. I think it came out so cute. All right, DIY number 6. I took this little bunny. It's actually made out of cardboard. I had one that I used for a previous DIY, so I just used it as a template and traced it out on cardboard. So I'm going to be using this microfiber from Dollar Tree in the automotive department, and I'm just going to apply Mod Podge underneath and then put the fabric over the top. You know, you can make as many bunnies as you like. If you have cardboard, you can use the original wood piece from Dollar Tree as a template. Therefore, you know, because when I went back to Dollar Tree, they didn't have any more. So now I'm just applying the microfiber over the top, and then I'm going to let it dry for a few hours. Okay, so it's dry. Now I'm going to start putting on his little tail. I took this Dollar Tree rug and I just created 2 little circles and put a little stuffing inside and glued it together. And I'm going to hot glue it down on the rabbit. So now I'm going to create a little bow, and I'm going to take 3 ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to create a simple little bow and hot glue it to the side of the rabbit's ear. So I'm just using hot glue to place down the little ribbon, and it comes out so cute. Sorry about my arm in the way. It's the way my camera's angled. Sorry. So instead of hanging it up on the wall, I wanted to place it in some type of stand. So I found this in my stash and it was perfect. So I'm just going to slide it inside, add a little bit of glue to support it. And that is it. This came out super cute. All right, we're on DIY number 7. This is a cute, hilarious DIY. I'm going to use the Dollar Tree bunny ears, Dollar Tree little feet, and I cut it because it was longer. And I'm going to use the bathtub that I got from Dollar Tree last year. I'm trying to make fake bubbles, and the only thing I could think of was using this clear plastic that you use for like gift baskets. So I was cutting pieces, rolling it in my hand, and use some of the glue gun and just kind of like form, like make it look like a bubble. few before, and I'm just going to show you how I actually made them. I just put a little hot glue. Got to be careful because it gets really hot, and just kind of like close it up and form it the best you could, because no bubble is perfect, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to take the rabbit ears and I'm going to hot glue it around the outside of the little bathtub to make it look like when the rabbit's laying in the tub, his ears, you can see his ears, and his head looks like it's underneath the bubbles, kind of. And it fit perfect. Look how cute it looks. It's adorable. And now I have to position his little legs in the tub, so I'm going to use some hot glue to hold them in place. And this thing is so adorable. It's so cute. Because they're putting hot glue on plastic, it doesn't cool down quick, so I have to actually hold it for a bit just to make sure it stays in place. So now I'm just going to add the bubbles to it, and this came out so cute. I love the way it came out. It's something funny. I thought I would make something funny. What do you guys think? Let me know if you think it's cute. All right, we're on DIY number 8, the last DIY. This is very pretty. I took the Dollar Tree envelope and I'm going to paint it with the ivory and a tinge of gray, and I'm going to give it 2 coats. Okay, so that's dry. I'm going to work on the other part, and I'm going to paint that with the truffle chalk paint, and I believe I used 3 coats. Now I'm going to take this music note paper that I printed out, and I went to graphicsfairy.com. It's a free printable, and I'm going to use my glue stick to place it down. Now I'm going to take the bird image that I also printed from the graphicsfairy.com, and I'm going to place it right over the music sheet. Now I'm going to place some hot glue on the bottom of the envelope and place it over the top. Now I'm going to take this lacy ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I took the flowers that I got from Walmart, put them together, and I'm just going to roll the lace in the middle and hot glue it together. Now I'm going to hot glue the flowers to the envelope. Now I'm going to be using these little purple flowers that I got from Dollar Tree, and I took the middle part out so this way I can lay it flat. And then in the end, off camera, I added 2 little pearls to the 2 flowers. And this is how it looks so far. Now I'm going to take this Dollar Tree pretty ribbon. You wouldn't believe you got this at Dollar Tree. I was shocked when I seen it. And I'm going to create a little bow and I'm going to put it right between the flowers. This came out so pretty, so full of color, and so perfect for spring. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of my YouTube family. I do appreciate all the subscribers. Until the next time, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.